5 tips for orchids care. Here are the 5 simple tips for orchids care in winter to keeps your orchids happy and healthy and bloom. Here are some we need to taking care our orchids: moss, water jug, scissor or cutter, stick supports and orchids foods. You can extend the life of your orchid by making sure it's getting enough light. Try moving it to the sunniest room in your home, or the room with the most windows. Orchids love the bright. To avoid sunburn, keep your plant in a north or east-facing window, away from direct sun exposure, but make sure it's out of direct light but still in a spot that received plenty of sunlight. Orchids don't like drafts. They don't like being blasted with hot air either. Keep your orchids away from vent and space heathers. Whether it's your door or a window that's letting in too much air, try to keep your orchid away from drafts. If you notice your orchid's buds falling off, a good chance you're exposing it to a draft. For orchid care in winter months, you must see if your orchid's roots are dry and gray. If that's the case, your orchid need more water. When your roots turn green and plump, know your plants is healthy. You should also take a close look at your plant's leaves. If they are dark, long green and shiny, it means they are healthy. If their leaves are wrinkles, it probably needs a little more water. You can either increase the amount of water you're using or the frequency. Your orchids love humid environments. You can increase the humidity around your orchids by making humidity. You can put a humidifier in the room. Just like you need to bundle up and take some extra vitamin to stay healthy during the winter months, your orchids needs a little extra attention. These few simple tips for orchids care in winter. Orchids care in winter months is very important for healthy development. You already know orchids love summer months. After all, they are a tropical plant. Depending on the climate and the dryness of your home, it's possible that you'll need to make adjustments to your orchid watering routine. However, the dangers of overwatering should not be taken lightly, so be mindful of how you approach this challenge. The best clue is to look at your plant's roots. A well-watered orchid has plump and green roots. If you notice your orchid's roots start to dry out, you may want to adjust the water routine slightly to give your plant the added moisture it needs. While this is the alternative way to watering your orchid, 3 ice cubes per week is the standard. Dry heat can make your orchid dry out faster and require a little extra moisture. This the other way how you water your orchid. You soak the whole roots about 3 to 5 minutes into jug of water and make sure to drip well before you put it back into the pot. You will spray the roots, leaves and the flowers with bottle spray to more moist your orchid. To leave your orchid healthier and bloom whole around the year. While yellowed leaves are a sign your orchid mean your plant hasn't received enough indirect natural light. Need to repot it into a new pot and putting a new moss and moving your plant to a brighter spot, and fertilize. We need to have a stick support to use to support the flowers. To cut the old trunk of the flowers, above 2 inches from the trunk. If you follow this simple tips to your orchid happy, healthy and beautiful, and you will have orchids flowers inside your home in a whole year long.